An ultimatum from President Biden during his phone call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday. It was their first conversation since Monday's airstrike by Israeli forces, which killed 7 aid workers with the World Central Kitchen.
Yeah, their faces you see here. Well, you just saw them there behind me. This is an action that the president called unacceptable. As Jared Hill reports, President Biden also issued a warning for Israel to immediately do more to protect civilians or face a shift in U.S. policy.
Overnight, the Israeli government approved 3 new humanitarian corridors into Gaza. The move, CBS News has learned, was a specific request by President Biden during his high-stakes phone call Thursday with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The White House says during the roughly 30-minute conversation, the president made clear that U.S. policy with respect to Gaza hinges on Israel's immediate action to better protect civilians. The president also called for an immediate ceasefire.
We will support and make sure that Israel is never left without an ability to defend itself. At the same time, if there are not changes to their approach, it is very likely we're going to change our approach.
The aid routes include a reopening at the Erez crossing in northern Gaza, which has been closed since the beginning of the war, temporary use of a port, and expanding the flow of aid trucks at the border with Jordan.
There is no higher priority in Gaza than protecting civilians, surging humanitarian assistance, and ensuring the security of those who provide it.
This all comes after a horrific Israeli airstrike killed 7 aid workers with World Central Kitchen earlier this week. The group, including a dual Canadian-American citizen, was driving in a safe zone in marked vehicles. Israel says it was a grave mistake, and the results of their internal investigation will be made public soon. Top executives with World Central Kitchen have called for independent investigations.